Won't you come and stay with me? Let's have a little art to heart.
Hey, what's going on? This is Thump, and this is Art to Heart, the show where I talk to creatives about their passions. And today, I'm talking with Rachel Young. She's an artist and illustrator. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Hi.
First things first, let's talk about Witchman.
Okay.
Is it Witchman or Witchman? Like, is it a last name?
No.
So
it's
it
like
is
a superhero name.
Superhero name? Cool.
But it's also a play on words. Like,
Okay.
which man is he?
Oh, nice. I like that. What is it about? And where did your influences for it come from?
Witchman is a superhero story that takes place in a medieval fantasy world. So it's a blend of those two different genres, and it came mostly from me just liking both of those things. I grew up, watching a lot of like superhero cartoons, but
Yeah.
also a lot of fantasy animation.
Cool.
And I just thought it would be a cool thing. I always said to myself, why do superhero stories always take place in New York City?
Yeah.
Why can't they take place somewhere else?
Oh, good call.
And I just took it to my favorite other place to go. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And did you create the world of Witchman? Is it based on anything?
No, it's all my own creation. It's one of the things I enjoy doing is creating fantasy worlds where the rules aren't exactly the same as our world. There's some
Yeah.
magic, and I'm just kind of playing around with that, and like, what if there was a world where like this one thing is different, and how would that affect everyone and the way they live?
Oh, nice. You mentioned anime influences. Anyone come to mind? Any particular anime when creating Witchman?
Animation in general. I did grow up watching anime, like Escaflowne and Trigun and stuff like that, but I
Oh,
also
nice.
grew up watching a lot of Batman the Animated Series and a lot of Disney cartoons too, like
Yeah.
Aladdin and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
So it's kind of all those combined. I just really like the action adventure genre.
Sweet. Let's talk about your new book,
Sure.
Beastling, right? Beastling and Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes and The Beastling, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's a collaboration project that I worked on with my sister.
Sweet.
I wrote it. My sister's the illustrator. She's a watercolor artist.
Yeah.
And it's approximately 160 pages. It's a self-contained fairy tale graphic novel that was fully watercolored.
Sweet.
And we plan on doing a series of these, but each one is its own standalone story, and each one is based off of a different set of fairy tales or legends.
Okay.
That we kind of changed up and added and fleshed out.
Yeah.
And turned into our own.
So, which is Blue Eyes and Beastling based off of?
It's obviously Beauty and the Beast is the main inspiration, but
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast is also kind of based off of this ancient Roman myth called Cupid and Psyche.
Yeah, that
And-
doesn't roll off the tongue as much.
No, and we just noticed this pattern of these stories about like these beautiful women falling in love with like weird monster men. They have a lot of the same tropes, so we just went with that and kind of created our own version of that story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you try and follow those tropes or flip them on their head, do something different?
Just the combination of those two main stories, Beauty and the Beast and Cupid and Psyche. We took what we liked from each one, so even if someone's familiar with both of those stories, when
Yeah.
they're reading it, they don't know which one they're gonna get,
Oh, cool. I like it. Color me intrigued. And that color is red.
It's my favorite color.
Mine too. So what was it like working with your sibling? Was it a pain in the butt, or you guys know each other so well it was easy?
Yeah, I think that's always going to depend on the pair of siblings of like how you grew up. So Carla and I were always really close and really good friends and interested in a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
So working together was really easy actually, and I think there's something there where because they're family and you're gonna see them like every year for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't want to burn that bridge, so you have to work really hard.
Nice.
And you have to make sure ahead of time that you're going to address any issues as they come up rather than letting them stew.
Sure.
And
As with any family dynamic,
sure, yeah.
it really looks like the love that you have for each other really shows in the work. That it seemed like a really awesome and easy collaboration.
Yeah, it was, and and we live far apart, so it's a lot of like really quick interaction. Our interactions are a little bit different than if we were sitting down in person.
Yeah.
And, but I think the level of trust between the two of us really helps to get the book done. I don't know, it was easy. It was easy.
Yeah, nice. I like it. Warms the heart. So you have an animation background.
Yes, I do.
Do you feel like having that experience, industry experience, and getting your degree in animation helped you in any way to tell your own stories?
In animation, you're working on other people's stories.
Yeah.
And you're working in other people's styles, and you're switching projects frequently. So I would say like having the degree in animation and the experience helps discipline me.
Yeah.
A lot of people tell me that like when you do comics, it's harder than doing illustration because you have to do so many more drawings per idea.
Yeah.
But coming from animation, where you do a lot more drawings than you would in a comic, it actually makes it easier.
Nice.
And like I said, it's a discipline. Working a 9-to-5 job in art really helped teach me how to spend that time every day to get the work done and to push through it even if I'm not feeling it right now.
Right.
So I would say it benefited me in that way.
Cool.
But I think also my characters are often described as being very like emotional or like alive. I think that comes from my background in animation too. Thinking of it more of the acting aspects of the characters as I draw them rather than just posing them in a more illustrative style.
That's awesome, especially since you mentioned working on other people's characters. That sounds cool. I mean, like, I don't know really where I was going with that, but it was informative.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost myself too.
So that means we should move on to the next question.
Sure.
Other than Beastling and Witchman, what do you have in the pipeline, or what are you currently working on?
Okay, so I just recently started a weekly webcomic called Emereen, Emereen.
Yeah.
And I just put it up on webtoon on the Discover section. Working on Witchman, I draw a lot slower than I think, so I've got a lot of story planned out that I am not necessarily going to get to anytime soon. So this opportunity for me to try to do a comic in a different format, one in which it's designed more for smartphone scrolling, as opposed to book layout.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try something like that. So I just quickly grabbed this idea for Witchman that I had like way off in the future, and I adapted it to a new format, and I started it in a place where anyone can jump in. The characters are totally different, but it exists in the same world. And I'm doing like 1 or 2 pages every week, uploading it to webtoon, and eventually it'll be up on my website as well. An interesting way to work because I'm writing the story kind of on the fly, and I'm doing the pages on the fly, so I can change anything as readers like may leave comments or whatever.
Oh, okay. So you can adapt the story to the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it full color?
It is not.
Okay.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it, especially since I only spent like 1 day a week working on it.
Sure.
So it's in black and white, which is another new thing for me.
You are expanding this world of Witchman through different mediums, even though it is still comics.
Yeah.
And having that experience in animation and disciplining yourself has helped you a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
And another thing about it is that it's kind of an all-girl cast. It's like a standard fantasy story.
Yeah.
But with a group that's made up entirely of girl characters.
Sweet.
So
That's cool.
which is something different for me as well.
Oh, nice. You seem to be spinning a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Is there ever like an anxiety or fear of not completing any of those just because you're taking on too much? Is that a thing for you? Taking on too much?
It probably is, but I don't think I've reached my limit just yet. My philosophy is if you work on something, even if it's just for like a half hour a day or whatever, it'll eventually get done.
That's
so
awesome.
I just got 2 books done at the beginning of this year, so it'll probably be a long time before I have something new out. But
Sure.
But it's because I'm working on so many different things. I'm juggling them, so they're all like slow going.
Yeah.
But they're getting done. They're getting
That's
closer.
awesome.
So eventually they will be done, and then maybe I'll have another
Yeah,
batch.
it sounds like your productivity output is insane, which I admire because I put this show out like once every 4 months or something.
Little by little, it gets done.
I like it. Nice. Where can people find you online? Do you have any socials?
I do. You can find me on Instagram, RC_Young. You can also read my comic online, witchmancomic.com. And I have a Witchman page on Facebook. We also have, for Blue Eyes and The Beastling in our feature books, we have Hidden Door Comics. You can find it on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, nice. What's the meaning behind the name Hidden Door? Is that like Narnia?
No, I've had questions about that. The idea is just that we want, when you open our book, for it to feel like you're entering this magical world.
Oh, I love it.
Exist.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds way cooler than Narnia.
Thanks.
I just want to thank you for being on the show.
Welcome.
We had like some scheduling issues before, and like I've been meaning to get you in the chair
It's been
to
a
talk
while,
to you.
yeah.
So I appreciate you taking the time. Typically, I have a recurring segment where I don't know how to end my own show. So, got any suggestions?
I was gonna say we could high five, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Low
someone's
five.
tried that before. You can try it, but I always sleep on my hands, so they're very like numb. So I would say no high fives, because
Okay.
yeah. Should we just awkwardly stare at each other as it fades to black?
Oh, won't you come and stay with me? Let's have a little art to heart.
Thanks for looking up the questions.
It's my job.
I'm not paying you for this either, sorry. See ya!
All right, bye.